Hi guys, it's that time again. Dazzie's Top 20 Selling Comic Books of the Week, episode 186. And tonight I will be discussing the best-selling comic books on eBay for the week ending the 27th of May 2022. Now, since CoverPrice.com came on the scene, they've become a go-to spot for watching eBay trends on comics, and they scour thousands of eBay sales to culminate data to spotlight the hottest selling books. As always, let's find out if you can beat me, guys. But before we continue, if I could perhaps persuade you to drop a subscription, a like, a comment, a share. It will really helps my low-grade productions. Okay, starting in at number 20 on our list is an Image Comics book, and it comes from 2015. And this Brian K. Vaughan story is soon to be adapted for an Amazon Prime TV show. I've actually just seen the teaser trailer. Now, this is a book that was in our top 10 last time round. It has dropped, but do you have it? I do. Number 20 on our list is Paper Girls, issue number 1. I'm off to a good start. Basically, the story is a group of girls get caught between two factions of time travelers at war with one another. This book sold 15 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 110% with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $131.50. I've said it before, guys. I remember being in Forbidden Planet and I could have picked up dozens of these issue in grab bags for about 50p a book. But still, I have this one. I paid £3 for this minty copy in a local antique centre in early 2019. Number 19 on our list is a Marvel book, and it comes from 2022. Yeah, just released. And we have had a lot of She-Hulk news and trailers of late. And of course, there were a lot of complaints to start with the quality of the CGI regarding She-Hulk herself. So that's been redone, thankfully. Yeah, the trailer finally dropped on May the 19th. And it's going to be a lighter tone to most of the MCU shows. Having said that, I've just watched the second episode of Miss Marvel. Another good addition to the MCU. I'll talk more about that on my community page. But, like I said, we're on about She-Hulk here. And when you've got She-Hulk and you combine that with a great artist that is Jen Bartel, you have a winner. Number 19 on our list is She-Hulk, issue number 1. And like I said, this comes from Jen Bartel. Simplistic cover, but I like it. There's your book, guys. What numbers did this one do? It's the kind of book I think I'll find in a charity shop. I certainly wouldn't be paying too much for it. The book sold 12 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 141% with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $81. Yeah, it's a relatively low-priced modern book that collectors can scoop up before the show drops in August. Number 18 on our list is a DC book. They're off the mark, and this is another recent release. Shadow Warzone is the all-new DC crossover event with Talia al Ghul putting a hit on everyone who's done business with Deathstroke. And of course, that's quite a list. I actually have the first appearance of both Deathstroke and Talia al Ghul in my collection. Now, this is a pretty stunning 1 in 25 incentive, and it comes from a new artist to me, and that is Leslie Lorenz Lee. Number 18 on our list is Shadow Warzone, issue number 1. The Leslie Lorenz Lee 1 in 25 incentive. I don't have room for cover buys anymore in my collection. I'm running out of space. But that is a cracker. Will Patrick have it? Let's find out in the comments, mate. What numbers did it do? Well, it's a good book because it features the first cover and depiction of Angel Breaker, a new DC villain with ties to another freshman villain, and that is the Ghostmaker. This book tracked 21 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 79% and a high sale raw copy going for $47.47. Okay, number 17 on our list is a book that generally fluctuates. It's a cracker from 1991. I was given the opportunity to pick a really low-grade copy up for about £100. And we're talking probably 1.5 at best. I'll wait for a better copy. I'll get one eventually. But there's been a bit of buzz around Deadpool at the moment, with Kevin Feige announcing that he will be joining the MCU pretty darn soon. Number 17 on our list is New Mutants 98. Yeah, we all know the book, guys. Iconic cover now. Very busy is the cover, but I do like it. And it's a book I just have to have. I'm a fan of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, like most of us are. But I'm not going to pay eBay prices, that's for sure. We all know it. There it is. I recently picked up New Mutants 87, though, which was a nice pickup at the recent Portsmouth Con. That book had eluded me. The first printing, first appearance of Cable, who was again rumoured to be returning for that next Deadpool movie. Well, New Mutants 98 sold 12 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 149%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $1,725. Now, I started collecting back in 2016, so I'm pretty new to the community, but I remember that 9.8's round about 300 to 400. Number 16 on our list, and we've had a lot of Into the Spider-Verse gossip as well of late, haven't we? We've just had confirmation of Spot that's going to be one of the villains. But one of the main players in that sequel is going to be this character, and that is Spider-Man 2099. This is issue number 1, the first full appearance and origin of Spider-Man 2099. It was, of course, Miguel O'Hara, voiced by Moon Knight's Oscar Isaac in the animated universe. I've been reading a few rumours that that character may appear in a future MCU property as well, so who knows. But it's a great issue. Of course, the first solo title when it comes to 2099 Spider-Man. And first, of course, appears in Amazing Spider-Man 365. This book sold 35 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 99% and a high sale CGC 9.8, went for $185.59. A dollar bin book for the longest time, that one. What did I pay for that one? £2.75. What was the year? Yeah, middle of 2017. Okay, 15 on our list is another book that's had constant speculation around it. There's persistent rumours that Angela will be introduced into the MCU via Guardians of the Galaxy. The book, you know it, guys, from 1993, is Spawn, issue number 9. The first appearance of Angela, who of course is now a Marvel character called Aldrich Ostenstotter. There was a big legal battle. And a great issue, this one, because it also has the first appearance of Cagliostro, who is Count Nicholas Cagliostro. First appearance of Medieval Spawn, who was Sir John of York. There's a poster by Jim Lee in this issue. And of course, it's a cover homage to Wonder Woman, issue number 72 from the 1987 run. This week, this book sold 45 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 94% and a high sale CGC 9.8, went for $185. I've had loads of these in the past, guys. Don't pay eBay prices, they're out there. This copy, my best one, high grade, paid £1.31 for. When Comic Car Boot Tony came to my house with a load of great key issues, including first Steppenwolf, first Taskmaster, all at £1 a piece. Okay, number 14 on our list, and back to She-Hulk. And we had a pretty important little tease in that latest trailer showing off this villain, and who's going to be portrayed by actress Jamila Jamil, and it is going to be the villainous Titania, and that appears first in Marvel Superhero Secret Wars issue number 3, guys. Yeah, the first appearance of the second Titania, this version being Mary McPherson. Mary McFerrin. It's also the first appearance of Volcana, who is Marsha Rosenberg. This book's been doing pretty well on and off. This time around it sold 18 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 153%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $229.95. But still, this is way down on its previous high, which was June of 2021, when they were going for $555. I paid just £7.27 for this copy, and that was in the back end of last year at the local Bath Comic Con. Number 13 on our list, and we're going to stick with that Marvel Superhero Secret Wars run with a big book, and it is, of course, issue number 8, guys. The origin of the black symbiote costume that becomes Venom, with all these multiverse shows and now movies coming in. There's talk that this may happen, especially after the Multiverse of Madness. Second appearance of Spider-Woman in this issue is Julia Carpenter. Now, bear with me with this, guys, because Spider-Man's new black costume is explained as an alien costume. And Spider-Man's black costume first appears in Amazing Spider-Man issue 252, which I have, Marvel Team Up issue 141, and of course, Spectacular Spider-Man issue 90, which were all published in May of 1984, 7 months before the release of Secret Wars 8 in December. However, in Marvel's continuity, the events in Secret Wars 8 takes place before all of these other mentioned issues. This book has been doing very well. It is very widely regarded. We are going to be getting Secret Wars on the live action MCU platform. This book sold 17 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 127%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $1,080. A massive book, guys. And what did I pay for mine? Zilch, zero. I won this in a competition from that great YouTuber from across the pond, Joker68. That was a fantastic competition. Okay, number 12 on our list, guys. And we've got another incentive, a Marvel one this time. And this 1 in 50 variant from Stanley Artgerm has a striking Goblin Queen cover. Yeah, front and center. No, not the Queen Goblin. This is Madeline Pryor, the clone of Jean Grey, who Mr. Sinister corrupted into what she is today. Aiming to take over the mutant land of Krakoa, Goblin Queen stands at the ready with her minions. A cold, calculated powerhouse prepared to take what she feels is rightfully hers. And Artgerm has certainly nailed this cover, stunningly depicting the foe of magic for this epic X-Men event. Number 12 on our list, guys, is New Mutants, issue 25, the Stanley Artgerm Lau, 1 in 50. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to get hold of, guys, and it's commanding quite an audience. Let's have a look at that cover because it's stellar. Here's your book, guys. Look at that one. We know how talented Artgerm is. First came to my know-how before I started collecting. My daughter has always been a big fan of Artgerm's work, but the problem is, other than his incentives, his books are so mass-produced, so they don't really hold too much value. But what did this one do? Well, it sold 23 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 169% and a high sale raw copy going for $90. At number 11 on our list, we're sticking with those incentives. This time, DC. And Selena Kyle and Harley Quinn make for quite a pair. And it is depicted beautifully on this Susan Michael 1 in 25 cover. Now, this cover basically sums up the book's content, a story of a much-needed girls' night out for Catwoman after a defeat of Black Mask. Now, with the tease of a kiss and primed for the roller derby after an impromptu road trip, these dames take a quick snapshot mid-celebration before a night out on the town. These variants from this new artist, to me, have been on fire. I've said it before, my LCSs are too small to be getting these big incentives. But here's your book, guys. Catwoman issue 43. The Susan Maker 1 in 25 variant, and it's a cracker. And here it is, guys. Harley and Catwoman on the front cover. What numbers did this one do? Well, it sold 35 copies, which is very nice for an incentive, giving it a 7-day trend plus 136%. And our high sale raw copy went for $115. Okay, guys, a pretty lousy start for me. Will it turn for the better? I don't think it's going to for me. Let's find out. Okay, starting in with the big top 10. Of course, number 10. Now, there was a long time rumour for this book that it was going to be the first crossover between Marvel and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sadly, that did not materialise. But when you've got a legend like Kevin Eastman brought in, it's still going to do very nicely. Yeah, this is a collection of short Elektra stories and with a highly recognisable art style. Number 10 on our list, guys, is Elektra, Black, White and Blood. Issue number 4, the Kevin Eastman 1 in 25 incentive variant. There's another nice one. And like I said, when you get Kevin Eastman involved, you know there is money to be made on this one. It sold 22 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 83%, and a high sale raw copy went for $55. Okay, number 9 on our list is a book from 2014. Of course, we've had a lot of news regarding Thor Love and Thunder as well. And we know Jane Foster is going to become Thor. And this is a pretty big book when it comes to that now. It's a book I passed on several years ago for about £2. I remember it vividly. And now it's the first cover appearance of Jane Foster as Thor, and it's pretty iconic. Here it is, number 9 on our list, guys. We know it. Thor Number One from 2014. Now, go careful with this one. Of course, the first printing is the red border. The second printing has a blue border, I believe. And there were reprints of this book even. Well, this book sold 25 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 91% with a high sell CGC 9.8 going for $375. Rolls on average now around about $93. Will Jane Foster stick around as Thor after? I'm not so sure. I don't have the book, but I do have one of the reprints, and that is the True Believers Thor Number One reprint. It's the third cameo appearance actually of Jane Foster as Thor. First cover, and that third appearance only appears on the final page. But the reason I picked this one up, just for £1, there was only 15,715 copies of this reprint, and it goes for double figures. Okay, number 8 on our list is a small publisher's book. Yeah, it comes from Boom Studios, and as mentioned last week, Grimm Number One had a ton of variants from numerous high-profile variants, high-profile artists in the industry. And this one was a 1 per store variant from Dave Johnson that left speculators and collectors eager to be the first in line to pick it up when their stores opened. And then, of course, they flooded the eBay and tried to grab one there. Number 8 on our list is Grimm, issue number 1, the Dave Johnson Virgin 1 per store variant, guys. And I'm not a big fan of these 1 per stores when you've got to pay up for them, but I did find I think it was the House of X 2 per store the other day, which goes for about 20-30 quid. Found that one for £1. But here's the Dave Johnson 1 per store cover for Grimm Number One. I do like that. Bit of Skeletor there involved by the looks of it. Of course, there's more He-Man coming as well, isn't there? And talking of TV shows, I'm just branching off a little bit. Just watched the latest episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. What did I think? Certainly an upgrade on episode 3. Is it really there for me now? Not quite. I'm still waiting for something more from Obi-Wan. And this was a show I was more excited for than any other, I think. But we've got 1 episode to go. Did I like this episode? Yeah, I did. I'll give it around about 7.5. We'll see where it finishes up. Back to Grimm Number One, and this 1 per store sold 18 copies, giving it a 7-day trend at plus 149%, and a high sale raw copy went for $56. Okay, number 7 on our list is a Marvel book from 2011, and I've been looking for this one with no joy. And after Multiverse of Madness, of course, we're talking Thor Love and Thunder, and there are finally teaser trailers, images, and leaked information for speculators. And one of those leaked images shows an individual that fans believe to be the goddess, and that is Bastet. And this has since been confirmed. Number 7 on our list is X Factor, issue number 221. This is sorry guys, sorry about that. Issue 221. There's your book. It's a book I think I can find if I hunt hard enough, because you know I love my live action first appearances. This book sold 15 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 235%, and a high sale raw copy, high grade, went for $50. Number 6 on our list, and I'm happy to see this one in here. It's a DC book from 1999. And it was last week or so has been packed full of exciting news. And one of those was an exciting report that shared that 20th Century Fox and Hulu are teaming up to begin work on a reboot of a property that I enjoyed. The film came out several years ago with Sean Connery involved. It bombed at the box office, but it was a cool lineup. You had Invisible Man, Captain Nemo, Jekyll and Hyde were there, amongst others. Number 6 on our list, guys, is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, issue number 1. And that, like I said, the volume 1 from 1999. I remember having a chance to pick this book up for close to 100 quid at Cheltenham Con one year, but no, I passed on it. And I'm glad I passed on it. I'm not going to pay that sort of money, but I would love to add it to my collection because it goes for some coin. This book sold 31 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 144% and a high sale. CGC 9.6 went for $85. On average now, the raw's $40. Number 5 on our list, and this book features the first appearance of adult Franklin Richards, son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, aka Avatar. And with godlike reality warping abilities, he is one of the most powerful entities in all of Marvel Comics. And after a brief mention of his existence of the Reed's children in the new Doctor Strange film, once believed to be a mutant, in this issue it is revealed that the subconscious altered into his anatomy into looking like he had the X gene. Now, why collectors chose this over Franklin's first appearance as a baby or child have us scratching our heads somewhat, doesn't it? I thought I had Fantastic Four 245, but I don't. Yeah, number 5 on our list, guys, is Fantastic Four, issue 245, and the first adult appearance of Franklin Storm, alluded to in the Doctor Strange movie. That is a book I am certain I can find on the cheap. Don't pay these eBay prices, guys, because they're getting silly. The book sold 26 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 184% and a high sale. CGC 9.8 went for $311. Okay, back to She-Hulk again, and of course, She-Hulk's first appearance is getting very, very pricey for most collectors now. So they are turning to basically is what the second She-Hulk series is. A book I have owned in the past, sold one on because there was just not enough in the guts for me to hold on to it. Number 4 on our list from 1989 is Sensational She-Hulk, issue number 1. A lot of these Sensational She-Hulks have fantastic covers. This one is exactly the same. We all know the book, guys. There it is. Yeah, I picked one up for £1 or £2, I think, and I sold it for double figures. It had a tear in it. Well, you know, it wasn't worth holding on to, in my opinion, but I had some interest. This book sold 39 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 145% and a high sale. CGC 9.8 went for $284. Number 3 on our list. I just spoke about the book. She-Hulk is coming. I'm excited because they're going to showcase a lot of B and C-list characters. And there was also a rumour that my favourite Marvel heroine is going to be in there, and that's Jessica Jones. Time will tell. But number 3 on our list is the first appearance of She-Hulk in Savage She-Hulk, issue number 1, guys. Never apologise for the Mylar glare. First appearance and origin of Jennifer Walters. It was of course, She-Hulk. First appearance of Nicholas Trask in this book. There's the origin of the Hulk retold. And of course, it is a cover homage to the Incredible Hulk number 1 from May of 1962. This book sold 50 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 116% and a high sale. CGC 9.8 went for $1,150. Wow. My VF copy I paid 20 quid for in November of 2017 at the Birmingham Con. Proved to be a good investment. It's an excellent read. I'm excited to see it on screen. And sticking with She-Hulk, number 2 on our list is a book getting a bit of love because of the villain that is Leapfrog, and that is Vincent Battaglio. Yeah. Number 2 on our list, I have a nice copy, is Daredevil, issue number 25 from 1967. Wow. First appearance of Leapfrog, like I said, Vincent Colorito Battaglio. And this issue also features the first appearance of Matt Murdock's secret identity, or second secret identity, that of his twin brother Mike. Now mine's a pence copy, guys, but I only paid 12 quid for this. in October of 2018. Why is this one hot? Well, we know in the teaser trailer it's either going to be Leapfrog or Frogman that we're going to get on screen. I'm excited to find out what. But this book sold 62 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 105%, with a high sale raw copy going for $211. Here's my book, guys, and it is a nice one. Delighted to add that for £12. And that was at the GloucesterCon, like I said, back end of 2018. And we're there, guys, number 1 on our list, and it is a book from 1982. We have just spoke about the character of Leapfrog. Now we are going to speak about the character of the Frogman. And here it is. It comes number 1 on our list. Marvel Team Up, issue 121. And the first appearance of Frogman, who is Eugene Paul Colorito Patillo, the son of the original Leapfrog. Who's it going to be? Frogman, Leapfrog? It's a coin flip. I'm going to go with Frogman personally. This book, though, sold 22 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 326% and a high sale CGC 9.6. Went for $250. Now, guys, we are only dealing with the newsstand here. That's the 4-point newsstand. If you've got a direct edition, I will let you have a half a point. So that's it, guys. That's a wrap this time round. Yeah, $250. That went for 9.6. Wow. And I paid £2 for that one. £2 in March of 2018. High grade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 20 for Daz. Let me know in the comments how many you got, because I always like to know how many people beat me, because it's normally most of you. Stay tuned. A lot of content to come. Bye.